Myoho Renge Kyo. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Hi, how are you? I hope you're in good health and secure. I wanted to talk about something today. You know, sometimes we take for granted how simple the Buddhist message is. And this is a statement that we read in different vernacular depending on the translation. Nichiren says it several times, single-mindedly contemplating Buddha. This goes back to the Lotus Sutra, to earlier teachings of Shakyamuni. In different verbiage, different ways, he says the same thing. Especially when confronted with difficult situations, you may remember certain stories about entering into difficult situations with people who, there are a lot of conditions in earlier Buddhism about the people you should be talking to and avoiding, right? Like the other sex. Ooh. Anyway, this constant refrain throughout is, again, Buddhism is about the mind, right? Our attitude and our intent. So the idea is that whenever we're challenged mentally, we should immediately resort to instantiating Buddha, 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 right? Well, we have the supremely easy way of doing that, simply chanting Namu, here I am, present, ready to instantiate Buddha, Namu Myoho Renge Kyo, right? But still, the message doesn't, so there's a very simple little Gosho, which goes even beyond this, that I've done several videos on in different translations. It's the and you can. It's usually translated as happiness in this world, but happiness, I don't know if that's a perfect word. It's really about coursing as a bodhisattva through this world, right? How to live this life fully, right? Enlightened in the Buddha way. But anyway, if you're searching for it, it's usually called happiness in this world, right? And I've annotated it here for you, but let's go ahead. This is right out of Buddhism Reference, by the way, and this is an update because when I read this recently, single-mindedly contemplating Buddha, this last part was missing. So I went ahead and added it, and I thought I'll make it a video because it's really that central to our study. So here we go. From the Lotus Sutra on the mental attitude and intent of the strong mind of bodhisattva practice, right? Used by Bodhisattva Nichiren to indicate the proper attitude and intent of chanting the Daimoku. To be single-minded is to be focused and to maintain the aim of that focus on our awakened experience of mind, a mind that is in the condition of perceiving the true nature of all phenomena. That is to say that the Buddha mind experiences with total and consistent clarity the engine of life, the process that we're ongoing, momentum, right? Our stream of being. The moment-to-moment instantiations of karma in momentum. Further, that any thought of enduring materialism is completely shut down or discarded as delusion and distraction from the clear mind of experience of that momentum in tendencies and conditions constantly influenced and manifesting in streams of being for Nichiren and for our bodhisattva awakened experience of Buddha as we navigate our samsaric existence. Now, if this is a lot of words to chew on, I understand that's why I posted it on the website. Right at the top, single-mindedly. And then a few rows down where presence at the Butsudan, I wrote something on, and there's a video on presence at the Butsudan. Right next to it, I have a little presentation sheet that shows the various ways of perceiving Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, and maybe some cursory thought we can attach to those characters just to get us to the right attitude and intent. And I called it presence shortcuts. But single-mindedly, okay, this is online, so you can download it, print it, reread it, read it, ask questions about it. Yeah. Essentially to this effort is daimoku. As Nichiren would later say, as he set up his central location of teaching and dissemination at Mount Minobu, not Mount Fuji, that he was living his life in Myoho Renge Kyo from moment to moment throughout his entire days. From this state of mind and awareness comes all other necessary manifestations in support of our samsaric existence. Any stresses or anxieties, desires or protections we think we need are either resolved or disappear as the temporary delusions and vicissitudes of samsaric craving, clinging, and delusions as products of the samsaric mental condition. So don't worry about that samsaric saha world stuff. That's what's keeping you suffering and craving and clinging. That's why it's so heinous that there are huge organizations out there telling you to take your craving and clinging and expect from your mandala to make it happen. How much more samsarically deluded must you be? Of course, they'll say, well, that's a trick. Screw your trick. I want to be enlightened, and I want to know that that's what I'm doing. Why shouldn't I? Isn't that what all of the teaching teaches us? Isn't that the Dharma? So yeah, trick or no trick, not good. When we enforce and maintain our Buddha mind, all obstacles dissolve and become irrelevant as we move through time to share and support the teachings of the great Dharma of enlightenment. That is what we're doing. To quote Nichiren from his Gosho, Happiness in This World or Realm, it is critically important here to remember that Buddhism is about the mind, our attitude and intent. How we choose to experience events in our lives is paramount. Not the subjective judgment of bad or good or negative or excellent or mediocre or horrible, but rather that events are as they are. And our experience of them need not be tied to those judgments or definitions. Here is the quoted translation. That's key. What I just said is so important to understand. That we have all these attitudes. We have all these attitudes about things. But that's the problem. Things are just things. It's our attitude that's the problem. It's our attitude that keeps us hooked into all of the miasma of fears and desires, craving and clinging, right? That's the very nature of attachment. We're not talking about glue here. We're talking about attaching characteristics to things that we then judge. That's what we're trying to annihilate. Just witness things. They are what they are. Stop making them influences. All right, here we go. First sentence. Listen carefully. There is no true happiness for human beings other than Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. We're done. Of course, it doesn't take long for the questions to start piling up behind that if you're new to Buddhism, right? But isn't that the whole, no matter how much you study, there is no true happiness for human beings other than chanting Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Boom. First sentence. Okay, we'll elaborate. Right away, Nichiren says the obvious. It is the mental invocation of Buddha in our life experience that directly connects us to our full expression of potential. That's what that first sentence says. But you need to study a little bit to understand that. The Gosho continues. The sutra reads, quote, where living beings enjoy themselves at ease, end quote. How could this passage mean anything but the boundless joy of the law? This is Nichiren talking now. Surely you and I are included among the living beings. Where means Jambudvipa, the physical world or realm or saha. And Japan lies within Jambudvipa, right? He's talking to his countrymen. Could enjoy themselves at ease mean anything but that both our bodies and minds, lives and environments are entities of the 3,000 realms in a single thought moment of life and Buddhas of limitless joy? In other words, doesn't that mean that every single experience that we have moment to moment to moment is a full expression of potential and Buddhahood? Do you see the shift in attitude and intent here? Here again, we are reminded of the constant stream of influences or engine of life available to our minds, and to choose from and experience via our enlightened, awakened Buddha mind, or ninth consciousness, if you like. Right? To continue, he goes on to say, there is no true happiness other than upholding resolve in the Lotus Sutra. This is what is meant by peace and security in their present existence and good circumstances in future existence. Though worldly troubles may arise, never let them disturb you. No one can avoid problems, not even sages or worthies. That's the nature of the Saha world, yeah? But don't attach yourself to those things. Just observe them. In plain language, Nichiren lays out the life well lived. The vicissitudes of life are simply our witnessing of the karmic stream of expressed potential within ourself, quote unquote, our karmic freight train, right? To be observed without anxiety or stress as simply expressed karma is to detach one's life condition from the observable actions. Dispassionately taking further actions then becomes a simplified matter of creating better outcomes, always. He then continues with advice that many mainstream Buddhists, quote unquote, would regard with scorn, as Nichiren advises imbibing at home. Have a drink with your wife. A drink? Oh, an intoxicant. What are you doing? Well, we're not 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old. We're not 3,000-year-old super attached craving alcoholics. Oh, maybe some of us are. I'm not. I've never been an addictive personality, but many are, right? But addicted or not, that's not the point here. The point is, stop stressing about samsara. Well, samsara is stress, so stop stressing about the saha world. Right? The size of your feet, your height, your weight, what's important is your attitude and your intent. That's where life is. Drink sake only at home with your wife. Only at home. He doesn't say go to a bar and get drunk. Drink sake only at home with your wife and chant Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Because if you do so with Buddha mind, you won't indulge, you won't go too far, you may stop altogether. It's okay. Suffer what there is to suffer and enjoy what there is to enjoy. Enjoy what there is to enjoy. I tell you all the time, savor your practice. Don't just do it like it's another drudgery. I'm going to chant for half an hour. No, yum, 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 yum. Go have a sandwich. Take a nap. Go back to your Butsudan. Look at every character down the middle of that mandala. Nam, myo, right? Really? I did videos about this, right? Presence at the Buddhistadon is only one. I've done this many times. He continues, regard both suffering and joy as facts of life and continue chanting Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. No matter what happens, how could this be anything other than the boundless joy of the law? Strengthen your power of resolve and confidence more than ever. With my deep respect, Nichiren. And I end this with, to chant the Daimoku is to single-mindedly contemplate Buddha. Again, this document is online as a PDF. You can download it, study it, read it, post it on your refrigerator, whatever. I hope this imprints on you. I hope that whenever you're not sure what you're doing, where you're going, how to do this, that you refer to this document. I think it's that central. There are other great Goshos, believe me. And for a long time, I just picked up a book of Gosho, flipped it open to a page and read. At least a page, even a sentence. On some days, I was desperate, low, just feeling terrible. And it never ceased to connect me to the practice. But this brief little Gosho, it's kick-ass. And sometimes we need a good kick, don't we? Look, I appreciate your practice. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. I appreciate you being here. If you've listened this far, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, thank you for being part of this Sangha. Your support, as always, is what keeps us going. So I have this little blurb at the end. If you've seen it before, you can skip it or watch it again. Maybe you'll hear something new. In the meantime, I just want you to take care of your health. Keep your practice strong. Enjoy it. Savor it. And I will see you in the next one. Pretty much likely. Okay? All right. Take care. Bye for now. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Hi, everyone. I hope you'll indulge me just a couple of moments here of your time to make a quick announcement. As you know, I've worked over decades and over the last decade building this channel with thousands of videos of lessons and insights and instruction. And I have a website to match it with lots of free information. There's free podcasts. There's the bookstore. There's the mandala store. The whole mission here is to support your practice and build your confidence daily for manifesting your maximum potential. Yes? In that regard, I decided recently to demonetize my videos because, quite frankly, how can you pay attention and focus and be motivated to practice Buddhism when you're constantly being barraged by commercials? So, no more, right? Although it wasn't, because of the size of our Sangha and the way YouTube works now, it's not nearly as supportive as it used to be. So that's another reason why bother, right? But YouTube has come up with another way to help support, and I thought I would give it a try and see if it's not obtrusive, and see if you guys would participate or enjoy this avenue towards supporting the Sangha and all these resources. And that is a join button. And so you'll see that really soon. It'll pop up. And when you join, there's 4 different levels of joining, whatever. And, by simply being here, you're part of the Sangha. You don't have to pay a membership fee or any of that. This is just an option. And as a thank you for committing to a donation, a regular donation, I will send you a PDF copy of, depending on the level, 1, 2, 3, 5 books. And that could include a TIFF or a PDF high resolution of a Nichiren inscribed mandala, but also the liturgy, the Gongo book, Buddhism Reference, my annotated Threefold Lotus Dharma Sutra book. They're all listed in the joint. So take a look, take a moment, click the button and see what's on offer. And if it works for you, we would be eternally grateful. We would be very grateful for the support to keep things going here. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. And thank you, as always, for your support, just being here, liking and subscribing. And if you're already buying ebooks and purchasing other books, you're part of the Sangha and you're supporting. So thank you for that, right? But look for that join button, right? Just check it out, see if it works for you. If I don't get much action on it, well, I'll discontinue it. But at least it's not interrupting every darn video, is it? So, so it's just another way for you to participate in keeping us afloat. Thanks again. Namo Myo Renge Kyo. Enjoy the video.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me